Hello there. Let's build a border using pieces of wood that have been collected in our woodland area here. You can do the same thing as well if you have a wooded area. You'll probably have like branches that have died off and they're just laying on the ground. And I have been wanting to do this for a while. For some reason, I just been putting it off, or I just been forgetting to do it. So anyway, thought about it today, and I think it's a good day to do it. So the area is going to be right around here, and I think right now I feel like, especially during the growing season, it's hard to tell the separation between the grass and that woodland garden space. So I think by putting the wood pieces along the border, along the edges, will delineate the space between the grass and the garden space. So it's a very easy project to do. The most time consuming, of course, would be to go out and collect the wood pieces. You'll need different sizes. You'll need the bigger size to have as your base layer, the foundation layer, and then after that you can just lay the the wood, the smaller pieces on top. So essentially you're going to be creating a nice border, but if you keep going up, you'll create a natural fencing kind of thing, which is the look that I am going for. I know that I don't have enough pieces for right now, but it'll be something that we could add as each year, or just whenever we see fallen sticks that we could add, we'll go ahead and do that. So it's something that you could do on your own, or if you have children, you can get them to get involved, get to be in nature and do something productive for you. And it's just good exercise for everybody. I should say you should not be collecting branches from places outside of where you are, because you might be introducing pests into your garden. And I'm talking about if you were to be in a different state or something, or just somewhere that's farther than where you live. So here it's just in our woodland area, so I don't have any concern. Whatever we have in the garden space, it's pretty much around here anyway. So anyway, enough talking, and let's get going with this project. So it took me 5 trips to get all of these piles to be over here. I should have taken a before photo of nothing here. So if I have another image, I'll go ahead and pop it on the screen for you. Right now, it's not a true before. All right, let me show you quickly how I go about doing it. So I have the bigger piece on the bottom there as the base. And then after that, you can stack the medium size. But after you do the base layer, it doesn't really matter all that much. Eventually, at the end, you're gonna get a fencing kind of look anyway. You can see here that the look is starting to take form. So basically, you just want to stack the wood pieces on top of one another, and eventually, and you want to make it so that you do have some space, like width wise, so that way it's easier to lay the other wood pieces, because you don't want it to be like I had it like that, then it just keeps falling. So it's good to create a good, I would say, what, like 3 to 4 inches in width, so that way it's easier to stack the other ones on top. All right now it feels like the scene from Forrest Gump, where Forrest Gump said something like, sometimes there aren't enough rocks. Well, in my situation, I feel like sometimes there's not enough wood. So I had to go and fetch or get some more wood pieces so I could finish this part. So let me show you what happens when you only have big pieces. So you can see that when you only have big pieces, it seems like there's it's incomplete, right? You can look at it like something is missing. So the smaller pieces help to um, solidify or act like glue to seal some of those holes. So you can see with the smaller pieces, you get a more sealed look versus when you have just big pieces like these guys. You see more openness and you see that there are bare spots, naked spots. So went and got some more. So the smaller pieces should be able to make this spot more complete. So that's what we're gonna finish on. All right, we're going to call this project done. I love it so much better. It defines this space so much better between the lawn and the garden space. Something like this is not supposed to be perfect, it's supposed to be natural looking. With the different pieces of wood. So please don't feel like you have to make it perfect. It's an ongoing process. You'll just add more wood pieces or take away wood pieces. If you find that they're rotting away, or just let them just degrade down and then replenish as you go as time passes. So, yes, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you do want to fix a certain spot, like I had to do, like this piece right here, I got rid of some of it by trying to break it, but it didn't break completely. So if it continues to bother me, I'll just cut it off. But anyway, yeah, that is something that you could do too. You can cut certain pieces off if it's hanging weird for you, if it's not pleasing to your eyes. But otherwise, it doesn't have to be perfect again. But at the same time, you do want to have it look pleasing in your eyes. So it can be as neat as you want or as more naturalistic, any of that. So, anyway, this is a good way to define your garden space, especially if you have a woodland area like here and you don't want to be using stones or going out to buy stuff. So this was free to do, did not cost any money at all, it's just my time. And it's a good way to repurpose items that you already have or recycle, repurpose, I should say. So this way it's still degrading down into the soil, but now they are being used in more like and they're being applied in a different way. So anyway, I foresee this as something that we would continue to build up so that way it looks more like like a short fence, a little bit taller than what you are seeing now. But now, see, if you go farther back, now you can see so much better, right? Now, when the plants during the growing season, they're going to look better. Not that they don't look better now, but it looks like, they are in a particular area, and that it's, even though it's woodland area, it looks like somebody is taking care of the space to make it look more domestic, I guess I should say. So anyway, this is something that you could do, and hopefully it has inspired you to do something like this in your own garden. And I did not get a chance to finish this area because ran out of wood again, wood pieces, so I'll have to do this later on. Maybe you'll see it in a future video of this border right here. So anyway, this was fun. I hope that you learned something from this video and that you enjoyed it. And I hope you're able to get into your garden and do something that you enjoy, especially on a nice day like this. It doesn't have to be what I'm doing. It can just be pruning or whatever that you would like to do. It's just get out there. It just makes us feel so much better to get out and be active. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.